swear I've been an hour trying to get ready. Ain't done nothing yet. I think it's gonna fall off. I'm kind of in a pickle, I'm stuck here. Summit says their tractors are ready to go to work. Challenge accepted. I'm on the Summit TX25, hooked up to their dump trailer, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of brush moving today. So I've got my excavator already set up to load up the trailer, and I'm also gonna be using the grapple on the tractor to be moving some brush. So that's what we're doing today. Let's get to work. Welcome back to Piney Grove. Today we're going to be using the Summit TX25 25 horsepower tractor with the Summit DTX 1.5 dump trailer. And 1.5 stands for 1.5 tons, so that thing should be able to handle 3,000 pounds. What we're going to be doing is moving the big brush pile over here, so we're going to load the trailer up with the excavator and then scoot the tractor across the property to a burn pile that I have. But before we get started with that, we're going to use the grapple to move a little pile over here. What we really like about this Summit tractor is that it's ready to go to work on day one. And by that I mean, we want to use that grapple today, but you can't use a grapple unless you have a third function in the front. And this tractor comes equipped with a diverter third function. And also it comes with rear remotes, which allows us to dump that trailer. The first thing we're gonna do is move this pile that's actually been waiting for that tractor to arrive, because I've really got no other way to move trees across this property unless I cut them up and manually put them in my truck or something. This is a bunch of oak limbs and at least one cedar tree that we took down this summer. I'm gonna go grab the tractor, see if I can lift it all at once. I've got a lot of experience with compact tractors, probably about 1,500 hours operating them, but this is going to be the first time I've ever used a grapple, at least on a tractor. We've got a thumb on our mini excavator that's similar, but it's not the same. And I think I got a good bite on it. No, I don't. All right, I think I have it now. I think that's all I can get. With the mouth of the grapple, it doesn't open like 6 foot wide or anything, so I can't really get over top and get everything. But I got this tree. Ideally, I'd have ballast on back of the tractor, but because I got to hook up to the trailer, I don't have like a disc harrow or a box blade or something on back there for weight. But these tractors do have fluid-filled tires, and that adds about 300 pounds to the back end. I'll just keep the load real low so it doesn't make the tractor tippy. This is the part YouTubers never show you. They got to come back and get the camera because we don't have cameramen or women. You got to come back and get the camera and reset it. But I had that up a little bit higher than I really wanted to because I didn't want to drag the gravel. I was being real careful. Now that I'm over grass, I'll put the load down lower and that'll give me a better center of gravity. I just don't want a chance tipping the tractor. And even though I don't think that tree can tip it over, I also don't want to almost tip the tractor. I'm going to call that a win, but I'm not ready to make a how to grapple video yet. One thing that you have to do with a diverter valve is you have to hold the button so that you divert the hydraulic fluid from the dump curl function over to the grapple grip function. I don't know what it's called. So when you go up to the pile and you want to let go of what you've been carrying, you got to think about that. So all those things are not second nature to me yet. This is what we call our compost pile out here at Piney Grove, and eventually it'll be our burn pile. So my idea is to bear some dirt down there, and then as things aren't rotten and will never rot, I'll take them down there and burn them. But we have so many piles around the property of things that need to be picked up and put on this pile, and it's just very time consuming when you don't have a grapple. It's a pretty sizable pile there. It's at least 4 foot tall. There's another one over there, and that's probably 3 or 4 foot tall. Then there's just a whole bunch of just cut trees and stuff in here that need to go on that pile. And that's one of the reasons we're so excited about having a grapple, because before I'd have to get in here with the excavator and get whatever I could with my thumb and then track up here, and it tears up the ground, but it also is so slow. An excavator's not made to go fast across the pasture like we just did. Another thing that's new to me today is a GoPro camera. I'll go ahead and out myself right now. I put it on and drove the tractor here to give you footage of going across our pasture, and I was turning my head to show our pond and just, show different scenery, give you guys a different look. When I got here to check the footage, I actually mounted the camera so it was facing behind the tractor, and I got a whole bunch of footage of stuff behind me and nothing of the grapple in the tree going across the pasture. But right now I'm going to go back and get the rest of that oak and put it on here, and then we'll hook to the trailer and we'll do some more fun stuff like holding things and cutting them and filling up that trailer and dumping them. I'm excited to use the dump trailer. Deb will tell you I'm like a squirrel. I'll see something and I'll start doing that, and then I'll switch to something else, and I get a lot of stuff done. I just don't get it done in the order that I probably should. But I'm going to try and grapple this little pile of logs. I guess they're 6 inches or so. Been sitting here for a year. They're not rotted, so I should be able to just come in here and grab them, pick them up, and put them on the pile. One thing that's great about this tractor is it's compact. It's not a subcompact, it's a compact tractor. So it's not real wide. So when I come in here in these tight spaces in between these pines, it fits really good. You got to hold the button right here to work the diverter. Then squeeze that, pick up, curl the bucket. I'm not going to try and get any more. If I try to get more, I'll probably just mess up what I have. I'll be back. Thankfully there's editing and you didn't have to watch that in real time. I got it down to the last log, but I hate not being good at something, and I've never used a grapple before. It's going to take some muscle memory to build, and also the diverter valve, having to hold it. Sometimes you got to think about whether you're going to clamp the grapple or tilt and curl your bucket. But I got it, and it's going to get better. I mentioned muscle memory, and when you're used to a certain brand or the certain way a tractor or any vehicle behaves, you get very comfortable with driving it. And then you get on another machine and it's just different. It doesn't make it better, it doesn't make it worse. It's different, and it just takes some time to get used to. So as I'm using this Summit tractor, and this is my first day on the tractor, when they dropped it off, Deb and I used it a little bit, just kind of driving it around, but we didn't work with it. And you really need to take a few days and work with something and get used to it to appreciate it. But there are some things I am appreciating. One is this seat. It's got a really nice seat. It's comfortable. Even though I got a bumpy pasture, the seat is really comfortable, and the tractor's quiet. I'm not using hearing protection, and I will when I'm using it a lot and I'm not talking to the camera, but I don't feel like it's as loud as my Kubota tractor. So bear with me, stay tuned, subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with this Summit tractor. In fact, we're going to try and do everything out here on Piney Grove with the Summit tractor, just to show all the capabilities and show that you can maintain a fairly large property with a 25 horsepower tractor. I'm going to use the thumb and the bucket on the excavator, kind of measure up and see if these will fit on the trailer, and then overhang them this way and then cut them off, not over the driveway. So that way I get stuff that fits on the trailer and I'm not picking it up across the pasture like I was doing with the grapple. Going up. All right guys, I'm just having struggles today. I just found out that the last 20 minutes of recording or so that my mics weren't working, or I inadvertently turned them off. So we're going to start over again. This is actually the second dump load. This will be the first one that the mics worked on. Trying so many things new today, and I don't mind trying new technology, but it just seems like it always bites me when I do it. These trees are just stacked wrong in here. I don't want to drop this hard on the trailer. I don't want it up too far where it hits the tractor. I think that'll be fine. It won't hit the hydraulic line or anything. Got a bunch of old firewood in this pile because here in Florida, firewood won't even last a year if it's not covered. And I cut some oaks and everything thinking we'd have a fire pit out here by now, but we don't. And a lot of this wood that I cut around the property just rotted. Literally in 1 year, one season, last winter to now. All right, that little stuff fit on there good. You can go for a bigger stump. I guess I'll put that towards the front. This trailer is really working out good. I mean, there's a lot of pile here to move today. And I hope I can get it all done in one day, but I just don't know how else I would have done it. This is a load right here. The excavator is so powerful, I don't want to do anything to damage the trailer. If I inadvertently have too long of a stick, I could, you know, just bend the heck out of the trailer loading it. Just want to be careful. I want to work this equipment. I don't want to abuse it. That's a good sized stump. I wish I had some sort of scale to see how much I'm putting on here. That's as high as my excavator lifts, so that's kind of a problem. Like I said, I don't want to bend the trailer, and the hydraulics on this excavator are pretty strong. I gotta make sure I don't force something. I think it's gonna fall off. I'm kind of in a pickle, I'm stuck here. That's a pretty big load on there though. You just got to take that stump and move it forward. If you never cut fresh pine before, it gets very sappy, and that's where it was cut the other day. And this fresh cut, it looks nice and dry. It'll leak sap out of there pretty quickly. I'm gonna try and get that stump up there a little farther. See, that's as high as the excavator will go. I think the trailer can hold more weight, but volume-wise, I think that's about all we need to do. Part of our partnership, or our whole partnership, is to show this tractor in action. We're not given a script. We don't have to run this video by management at Summit. We were loaned this equipment to show it in work so that folks out there that want to see the capabilities of the tractor before they buy it can come to our channel and see what we do with it. We have 20 acres here at Piney Grove. It was all wooded. We've cleared about 6. And then just like for this pole barn, we cleared 8 or 9 trees. We need a way to move this debris around the property. And we have a tractor, but it didn't have a lot of the features that the Summit tractor has. It doesn't have a third function remote in the front. My camera almost blew over. I saw it push backwards. We don't have a third function in the front. We don't have rear remotes in the back. We don't have a grapple. Our tractor is skid steer quick attach, just like this Summit, but without hydraulics in the front. You can't put a grapple in it. So I've already done in this video today things that I haven't been able to do for 6 years out here at Piney Grove with our Kubota tractor. It just didn't have those extra functions or features. And we could have put them on that tractor, but it's about $3,000 to add them on afterwards. This tractor here, their slogan, Summit slogan is ready to go to work. And on day one, this tractor is ready to go to work. If you go to summitattachments.com, get your tractor, get your attachments, pay one fee. I think it's $500, but always check the website. Don't rely on a YouTuber to give all the facts about something. But I believe it's $500 and they deliver the whole thing to you. And on day one, you can start working. I've got this trailer hooked up to the rear remotes. Rear remotes are already on the tractor. The grapple, which it doesn't come with the tractor, you have to buy additional, but it's grapple ready. So you can grapple and do everything I'm doing in this video on day one if you buy this $20,000 tractor and a couple of these implements. And $20,000 sounds like a lot of money, but this tractor is somewhere between $6,000 and $10,000 cheaper, but it does the same thing, and it has an industry-leading 3-year bumper-to-bumper warranty and then a 7-year powertrain warranty. So the engine and the transmission are warranted for 7 years or 3,000 hours. We've been waiting several weeks for this tractor to show up, and all of the things I'm doing with it today, we just couldn't do with the equipment that we already own. Here's the second load here, and you can see that from this angle. That's a pretty big load right there. So we're gonna back that up next to this one. And because of the way the trailer dumps, I can't really like push it into the pile. So I'm either gonna have to take the grapple or bring the excavator over here, stack that up on top there, and then that older stuff back there that's already starting to decompose or has decomposed, take some of that stuff with all the bugs and termites in it and just kind of put that over top of this. I said earlier in this video that I felt kind of embarrassed, a little awkward that I couldn't use that grapple like a pro. Even though it's my first day, I just kind of expect myself to do better with equipment. Because I've kind of been doing it all my life, grew up on a farm and all. But what I did last time was showed you how this dumped, and so I guess I'll do that again. So I have a lever over here, a hydraulic lever for the rear remotes, and that activates that cylinder up under there. That cylinder extends and it dumps, and what I don't want to do is with those big logs in there, I don't want to bind up the trailer and bend it. So I'm just listening, making sure things are in good shape. I don't want those logs to like hit the end of the trailer and bend the end of the trailer, so I'll just go up careful with it. And if you look down here, when the logs are too long, they stick off the end of the trailer and it can't dump without pulling forward. All right, looks like it survived it. I'll put the specs of this trailer up on the screen, but it's a pretty heavy duty trailer for what it's made for. It's off-road only, so you don't take this down the road behind your car or anything. It's got some pretty heavy duty steel, and for that cylinder to be able to lift 1.5 tons, 3,000 pounds, that means that it's got to be built pretty well to be rated for that. So I'm going to leave you with that. I've got a lot of work to do here before this sun sets, but be sure to check out Summit Tractors, and also leave a comment down below if there's anything you'd like to see us do out here in Piney Grove with the tractor. We have a lot of things we have to do, from moving brush as you see here, but we also have fences to install. So we have a post hole digger, we have a land plane, we have a box blade, we have a disc harrow, finish mower, all of the attachments that Summit offers we have here at Piney Grove, or they'll be coming here. So definitely leave a comment and let us know what you'd like to see. And also, if there's things you're looking for from the company itself, leave a comment down below, because they'll be monitoring our comments. But that's all I got. So until the next time, y'all take care out there, and remember, life's short, tractor hard, and check out summittractors.com.